The short answer is no, I will not. The long answer, I'll dive into that a little bit more. Attitude is everything, especially in leading worship. And whether you're a singer or a musician or whatever, attitude is everything. And yeah, you may not make it on the team because you don't have there's a certain level of skill that I'm looking for, but I will take someone with lesser skill and an exceptional heart and attitude than I will someone that has amazing skill but is very difficult to work with or to deal with. I always describe it this way. Someone who has a horrible attitude is like a Ferrari with no steering wheel. Lots of power, no control. And that is a very dangerous place to be. If you've got someone that's got the chops and everything, but they're not willing to work with you or they're doing it for the wrong reasons, the thing about being a worship leader and being on the stage, and even the reason why some people don't even call it a stage, they call it a platform. I call it a stage. But the reason why some people call it a platform is because there is that tendency to think of it as a performance in terms of it's all about them. Now, I think it's a performance, and I have a video. I'll link that up as far as like why I still say it's a performance. But I get the fact that it's not about us. It's about Bob Kauflin has this great illustration where he says that we are signposts, and no one ever at the end of the day looks at a signpost and go, "Oh, that's such an amazing signpost." You look at a signpost and you go, "Oh, I'm supposed to go that way," and you go that way. That's our job as worship leaders. I love that analogy. It's not mine, but it's such a beautiful, beautiful picture. If someone's like, I have to use my snare, or I'm going to play this guitar this way, or, you know, I can't work with that. And it makes things miserable for everyone that is involved. Our mission statement for the worship ministry, the reason why we exist, the target on the wall, the thing that we evaluate everything, all the decisions through, and we evaluate everything that we do, is through this statement. We exist to inspire people to pursue God through creativity and character. We're here to inspire people to pursue God. We do that through creativity. We're using music, we're using lights, we're using colors, we're using sound, all the different senses. That makes sense. But the character part is so important because what that says is that what we do off the stage matters as much, if not more, than what we do on the stage. In order to be effective as a worship leader, and everyone on the stage, I don't care if you play the triangle, everyone on the stage is a worship leader. And to be effective at that, I have to believe what you're saying. And part of that comes from just the relationship that I have with you beyond the 20 minutes on a Sunday morning. And so we've got, in order for our worship leaders to be effective, then people need to see their lives on social media. They connect with them in the commons as Awana leaders, or dropping off kids in the nursery. That's an important part. So much that it's so important that we made it for one of the 4 pillars in our mission statement. That in order to be effective, we have to inspire people to pursue God through creativity and character. That what we do off the stage matters as much, if not more, than what we do on the stage. So attitude is everything. And our senior pastor shared this thing with our staff when we did our devotional and our staff meeting that I think really applies to this, and it's really good. It's in the Sermon on the Mount, where there on the surface seems to be a contradiction, because you go, and I got my Bible here on my computer here. In Matthew 5, it talks about being the salt of the earth and the importance of salt. And then it talks about being the light in the world, and that you shouldn't put your light, underneath. Like, you should not lose your saltiness, and you shouldn't hide your light. So in verse 16, it says, in the same way, let your light shine before others so that they may see your good works. So there's that, and I left off a little bit if you're reading along. But so here it says to let your good works be seen. You go a little bit down and you go into chapter 6, verse 1, and it says, beware of practicing your righteousness before other people in order to be seen by them. So he just said, let your good works be seen. And now he's saying, but don't let your good works be seen. And that seems really awkward on the surface. But it comes down to heart, and it comes down to attitude, because in chapter 5, it's talking about, don't don't let your salt be, lose its saltiness. Don't hide it. Let them see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. It's about the attitude and the heart and the motivation behind it. Whereas in 6, it's talking specifically about doing it so that others may see you. And I think that completely applies to this and the importance of that.